Good morning, JP.
Good morning, Brandon.
I heard you're going to Leonard Skinner tonight.
I am going to Leonard Skinner, but I'm also going to see ZZ Top open for them, which is awesome.
Yeah. I remember when Legs came out. I did. I remember the video. Yeah, I remember the video.
Time in your life.
Yeah, I remember my uncle was like, I don't understand this song. Who doesn't know how to use their legs? Even as a kid, I was like, I don't think you get this.
Yeah, I think you missed that one.
Anyways, so I'd asked you the other day, the guy screams "Free Bird," and the first time it happened, Leonard Skinner screams back. Do you remember?
No, I don't think so, because I had my own joke for it.
He says, you're all going to hear what you're going to hear, and if you don't like it, then that's tough. But here at Conscious Wealth, we're not like that. We have had a request to explain bonds better, and so we're going to go over that today. JP, today we're going back to school. We're going back to bond school.
Nice.
Yeah, and so I don't know if you know this, but Conscious Wealth is now issuing bonds. All and this is a 2029, a 5-year note with a 5% coupon.
That's a great bond.
And before, I'm just going to give you a raise here real quick.
Make sure you note that at home.
Let it rain over there. I'm going to offer to sell you this bond for $100.
Okay, yeah, that's great.
All right.
Here's $100 back.
I got a question for you.
Yes.
You just bought a bond that's going to be stuck for 5% for 5 years. I'm thinking that's kind of silly. Why didn't you just buy a money market?
Well, the thing about money markets is they're very short term, right? They're typically considered ultra short term. So the rate is essentially whatever the Federal Reserve rate is.
Yeah.
So, rates could stay 5% or a little bit more there right now, or they could go down. If they go down, I'm missing out on the opportunity of having a longer duration bond.
So you just locked in 5 years?
Pretty much, yeah.
And then if, for instance, Jerome Powell walked in the room and lowered rates, you wouldn't get that 5%. Here he is now.
Hey, Jerome Powell.
Great. Second week of September. What's your cut? We're all waiting, buddy.
Let's cut it by 0.5%.
0.5%.
Okay.
Markets are going bananas. Thanks, Jerome. Stock market's going bananas. And actually, that bond is worth more money.
Yeah, because any new bonds that come out now have a lower benchmark. So they only have to be a little bit higher than 4.5%.
Yeah, so I would like to buy that back for $100.
Yeah, tough.
Yeah. Okay. All right, fine. Year one is just passed.
You okay?
Here's your 5%. So I'm paying your coupon.
Wonderful. Thank you.
I will always pay that coupon no matter what happens.
Yes.
5%. And so now every year, year 2, you got another 5%.
Perfect.
Year 3, another 5. Year 4.
Making it rain.
And wait, hold on. Year 4. I'm going to hold out for a second.
No worries.
Year 4. Boom.
It's a long table.
Now, here comes year 5. I owe you the 5% and the par back.
Yes.
So you're made whole.
And I let you off the hook.
And I get the bond back. Yeah. So I lent you money. You got your 5% each year.
Yes. I made $25 total off the transaction.
Yep. Great. I got another one. You want to buy it? We're back in present day.
It's 5% again?
Yep.
Okay. What are rates? They're still 4.5%?
Still 4.5%.
Okay. Yeah. 5% sounds good. What are you charging me for it?
Par value.
Oh, okay. Yeah, even better.
Keeping it at par. Now, here's the bad news. Job numbers just came up. Banging.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's like getting employed, and Jerome's going to make a message, and I think rates are going up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm back.
It's been 5 years.
I think we're gonna hike rates up to about 5.25 now.
5.25.
5.25.
Thank you very much. That hurts. Wow, that was a big overnight increase.
It is.
So right now, I regret to inform you that other people are issuing bonds at 6 and 7%, and that measly 5% is only worth $95.
Yeah.
So year 1 goes by. I'm going to give you your 5%.
Yep. Still collecting.
And watch this. I'm going to make you an offer of $95 for that bond. Would you like to sell that to me?
Yeah, I think I could. We're only 1 year in, right?
Nah, I'm going to make it 90.
90?
I'm getting greedy.
Getting greedy?
Yeah.
For the sake of argument, sure. I will buy it at 90.
I'm going to give you 70.
No, I will not buy it at 70. It's a little thin for me.
It's a little thin for you. But it's not worth as much. And so here's the key. Yeah. And so the key of this is as interest rates go up, that's going to become less valuable. do you really care how much, what the value of that?
I care
Under
up to
what
a certain point.
circumstances do you care if that goes up?
Yeah, there's a break-even point, right? So if I know I'm getting 5% over the lifetime of the bond and rates change soon, I can make a quicker decision to say, okay, am I going to make more money if I roll this into something else, right? And just on its face, yeah, I could sell this now, try to get as much money as I can for it, and put it into something else. The problem is the longer you wait, the less it's going to be worth, right? Because there's constantly new issues out there. Your bond's constantly less attractive because it's not giving you the same yield. So you really have to sit down and do the math and say, if I sell it now, is it worth reinvesting into something else?
Yeah, I'm going to disagree with you on that. I agree with you in principle that that's true, but there's nothing better out there. Like the bond market is enormous and it's super efficient.
That's true.
So
yeah, it's all math.
It's all math.
There is no, I think this is worth one thing, it's another.
Yeah.
It is worth this or it's not.
Yeah. So for instance, that has a coupon of 5%, but if interest rates were really at 7%, then that's going to be selling at a discount.
Yeah.
And totally. So the only reason you really care that thing is worth less is if you need the money.
Right. If I need to.
And you know this, but that's the answer I was looking for.
Sure.
So if you don't need the money, then every year you get 5, 5, 5, and 5. I already gave you 5 for that bond, right?
You did.
So
that's all the money I got for that.
Even though that thing was only worth 100, 98, 96, 90, after 5 years, what do you get back?
Get $100 back. That's what it was.
There it is. Get me off the hook.
There you go.
There you go. So bonds are probably, I'm going to speak to our clients and friends, bonds are probably one of the most confusing things. And so I brought out the monopoly pieces and the monopoly money to explain them because there's a lot of paper losses on them. As long as whoever issued them is still in business in 5 years, Conscious Wealth is going to be here in 5 years, then you get your money back. And it's okay if the value of it goes up because the value of it is going to fluctuate on a bunch of things. So for instance, maybe you bought a GE bond when GE was really strong and then GE gets a downgrade in credit quality. It may be worth less, it may be worth less, but as long as they're still able to pay back their creditors and not even necessarily be in business.
Yeah.
Like you could go bankrupt, but bond holders are paid long before equity holders. So as long as you're able to still pay back your debts, you get back par value. Doesn't matter what the market value is.
Yeah, and there's some really interesting things out there where, say it's 2029, rates are 6%, and Conscious Wealth wants to issue a 5% coupon. Well, you can do that. You just may get less, like you may pay less for the bond, right? So I may say, hey, look, Brandon, I will happily buy your bond from you, but I want a deal, right? So I may buy it at a discount because I know that when it matures, I'll get $100. So there's different ways you can go about buying bonds as well.
Yeah. So you get your 5%.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get your 5% every year, which is your coupon rate.
Yep.
But since you only bought it at 95, you get an extra $5 back to get you back up to par.
Right.
If I divide this 5% by 5, then it's easy. I actually have a 6% bond.
Yeah.
And that's why you would buy it at a discount.
Yeah, that's your total yield.
Your total yield.
Which can
you have
be
to wait
greater
5
or
years
less
to get this extra. But when you look back at it, you had 5 each time. We may be getting in the weeds on this, but sometimes I think it's really important to understand the basics of bonds because if you look at your statements sometimes, you're like, oh, my bonds are losing money, and it's like, no, they're not.
They've paid you 5 or
they'll pay you whatever they told you they pay
year.
you, as long as they're still in business,
right?
As long as they're still able to meet their debt obligations, and you don't have to sell them at risk of going in the weeds too much. Actually, no. Maybe we'll save that for another time. How bonds act inversely to interest rates. Normally, when interest rates go down, bond prices will go up. But we'll talk about that another time. Anything you'd like to add to this? Are you feeling good?
No, I feel good. I made $25. I got a raise. Everyone saw it. It's on camera. I'll hold you to it.
Yeah.
And other than that, I think we did a good job of this.
In other news, JP just bought a house.
I did. And until I close, it's exactly as real as those pieces over there.
So we're excited. JP's getting married next month?
Yeah, November.
2 months?
2 months.
November. 2 months from now.
Yep.
And
buying a house.
Buying a house.
Wow.
All grown up.
Yep. I'll just say wow.
Wow. All right. Let's get back to work.
Okay. Thanks.